Nithyanandam.
Shunyata with
Shunyata Sukhadananda.
and we're here
Be
with
more loud,
Satsang
guys.
Breakdown.
Be more loud.
Satsang Breakdown. Today's satsang was amazing. What was your take on interpretation?
Yes, for me, satsang actually I had a very huge click, and I've been experiencing a certain gush of like emotions and hormones, but it was so sudden that, and I could not unclutch from it and understand what is it. And based on that, like I would be, like it was not nice. And today I actually understand this amazing truth that that actually 70% of us is a tantrum throwing child. And where I knew that, right? But I was thinking he's somewhere here, right?
Yeah.
But today what Swamiji revealed was very beautiful and really revealing, because he said that just because your head is not right, your logic is not right, doesn't mean that your heart is correct. So basically, the heart is where your tantrum for a child is.
Your heart is your tantrum throwing your child.
Yes. So it is breath, actually. It is breath dimension, and that is logic.
No, it's
and
emotion. That's
breath
just
is breath dimension.
Yeah, it's pure emotion.
So this is always fight going on between your logic and your tantrum for a child, and you always manifest what you believe. And this guy is responsible for it, because there is 70% of him and only 30% in your mind, which is your logic, which is your strategic planning existence.
That's how you're gonna move out of both and go into your states.
Yeah, and to speak about that a little bit, see, in my experience, there's been a lot of people who, I've come across a lot of people who either identify with their logic or identify with their emotions. Like, oh, I'm an intellectual, and my logic will outwit anyone here, and it will guide me to the truth, and it will help me solve any problem in life. And those people run into problems when their emotions come to the forefront. And then there's the people who identify with their emotions, feeling that, oh, this is what my heart's pulling me towards. This is what I feel is correct. And society gives undue importance to these emotions, right? So people think, follow your heart, follow your heart. And Swamiji gave a beautiful breakdown today. He says, just because your mind is not correct all of the time doesn't mean your heart is correct all of the time. And see, me personally, I was one of those people who identified with my emotions. I always felt that if I feel something is the right thing to do, it usually is the right thing to do. And it's gotten me into so many stumbles and hurdles throughout the years. And during the satsang today, that was my click. I realized Swamiji has just shown the light on the logic dimension, then he's shown the light on the emotional dimension, which I was identifying with, and then he's shown the light on what you should be identifying with, which is your conscious existence. Meaning, when you take decisions, that's that being, that space that decisions come from, that consciousness, that's the space we should be identifying with. And from there, moving forward, will lead to success.
It's funny because I was actually a combination of both. I was very logical, but I also understood the emotional aspect of it. So I was never like one or the other. It was just like, okay, like whatever's best for the situation I had. But then even then, it's still not gonna be the best, because obviously both your length and your breath might be wrong at the exact same time.
Exactly.
So that's why
there's no assurance.
Yeah.
You don't have there's no 100%. Even if you logically think, I'm gonna weigh the scales, right, and I'm gonna go with the best of the two answers, when you're dealing with those two options, you're still not guaranteed to be correct.
That's why you always gotta go with the third option, which is the best option. Actually, it was a combination of two, whatever. Get your third eye initiated and just go with the third eye. Because the third eye is pure consciousness. Consciousness actually knows what's going on. It actually knows what's happening, and it's literally you tuning into the highest frequency in the cosmos. And it's literally just Sadashiva guiding you and telling you exactly what to do. So that's why I always just go with consciousness on that.
And your third eye is beyond logic. It's beyond emotion.
Yeah.
There's been times when I was like doing something and getting ready to go leave the room, and just like something just pulled me towards returning back, and I noticed I had left my electronics, my personal belongings back in a public area, and I was like, oh, let me go grab them.
Yeah.
That was just consciousness guiding me and keeping me from making a mistake. And so that's an example how consciousness can save your butt.
Yeah, I remember one time in Canada, I was thoroughly practicing like unclenching and literally just going with the third eye, and like there's like zero thoughts, no inner chatter, and like consciousness would literally just pull me where like I already knew what I wanted to do, so there's no like think of like what am I gonna do? I gotta strategically plan and all that. No, like I already know, right? So literally my third eye I feel that physical pull, and it would turn me around and then like guide me here, turn me here, and then like I'll get the bag of chips I was looking for. You know, like yeah, like see, even for I think of like a bag of chips, see, it seems like something that'd be mad easy. But if you're gonna go with the logical thing, okay, it was supposed to be here, why isn't it here? Nah. Or you might go with the breath thing, like I feel like you might be here. Or you could just go with the consciousness and literally, like, if I felt a physical pull, like it physically pulled me to where I needed to be, and turned my head and like zoomed in on exactly where it is. So like, and obviously like that was only for a bag of chips. I was doing that for like everything, and like, it worked out beautifully. Where there's no thought process, there's no oh my god I feel like this. It was literally just I need this, bang bang, there it is.
And for everyone who's listening to this and is having trouble relating, it's not that difficult. It's only a matter of getting third eye initiated by Swamiji. Swamiji has many free programs available online, which he hands out third eye initiations like candy.
February 13th, Shivratri. Most powerful third eye initiation ever gonna happen on the planet Earth. Don't miss it.
Do not miss it. Yeah.
It is literally the day to get initiated. Like the day that Sadashiva first landed on the planet Earth, with Sadashiva initiating the third eye itself into oneness with Sadashiva, and all the planets and stars are gonna be perfectly aligned for you to manifest powers and get initiated. It is super opportunity. Don't miss it. Like
even if you're just curious about the third eye, like the cosmos is aligning for such a perfect geometry to even fulfill your curiosity. Just go with it. Go with your gut. Understand that third eye initiation is a possibility for you, and take the jump on the most powerful day to take the jump. It's all lining up just for you.
And even if you don't believe in like third eye and all that, like everybody who is like logical, look, we all know we use like 10% or less of that of our brain. So what this initiation will do is actually activate the other non-mechanical aspects of your brain. So the rest of the 90%. So even if you're not into third eye, even if you're not into any of that stuff, come get this initiation simply to awaken the rest of your brain and awaken the rest of your full potential. And then again, you'll see when that pineal gland is activated, that intra-organ of the third eye is activated, the fullest extent of your being will actually be awakened and available to you. So don't miss it.
And if any of you guys are planning to join us, if you want to take any like preparatory steps, you can also start applying kumkum on your third eye, which is this processed red turmeric which we have on ours, or you can apply even regular unprocessed turmeric to your entire forehead, and that will help detoxify your pineal gland and make you as prepared as possible for the third eye initiation.
Yeah, actually one of the prescribed techniques as per the Agamas is that you put the yellow turmeric at night, and when you go to sleep, before you do that, put a nice big red kumkum dot on exactly on the third eye. Put your awareness from the inside on your third eye. See, when you have the kumkum, it puts the awareness intention from the outside, so it has like a pull effect, and then when you have the awareness from the inside, it has another like pulling, so like it creates like a push-pull effect, right? And it just pops the third eye open. So you should spend like 42 minutes with that kumkum on the third eye, and just observe the feeling that happens. See, I don't want to give you any like preconceived notions of what it'll feel like, but it feels amazing. It feels absolutely amazing. And again, like you want to just double up on that. Put the basma on your forehead as well, and you'll feel a cool breeze sensation in the frontal lobe area. So that plus the third eye, and these are the prescribed methodologies by Sadashiva himself in Agamas to awaken your third eye. And I've actually done the kumkum one, and well, I had Nithyananda as well, right? Because we're blessed with Swamiji. But again, we had all of that, and I actually physically felt the fuck open. Swamiji said the exact sound it makes is fuck, and I actually physically heard and felt the fuck open. Like, so this, I know this methodology actually legitimately works. So try it out, and honestly, it feels amazing. So do it up.
One thing I wanted to share from the morning satsang also is what click I had, that if the head is not the one you should be listening to, and the heart is not the one you should be listening to, then who you should be listening to? And the answer came so beautifully: you should be listening to your Guru, because he is the one who really. Like Swamiji is sharing, Sadashiva is waiting for you to be available for him to manifest to you. He is more excited for you becoming him than you are excited. And he like, from what I'm starting experiencing, and from my experience I can say that he knows me much more than I know myself.
Yeah.
And
So
that way, who do you trust? Your inner hurt, arrogant, emotional child, your intellect that is very, very limited, or the one who knows you from end to end, who created you out of him, who was supporting you all your life and brought again to him.
The one who doesn't see himself different than you. Even though you may feel at this moment in time you're different than he doesn't have that distinction. And there's this, to dovetail off of what you were saying, there's this popular mantra going around where people are saying, I am not the body, I am not the mind. See, no matter how long you keep chanting that mantra, you will only be chanting it from the logical dimension. And the only person or people qualified to say that mantra with authenticity is someone who's actually experienced a state outside of both body and mind.
or initiated disciples.
Initiated disciples.
And what I've, coming to initiations, I've noticed that when I got initiated, everything that I come across in my life, it is giving me growth in clicks. And I'm seeing things like, I'm seeing so much more. Like, my whole life is just the process of spiritual growth and clicks. Before I was like that, but not to this extent. Like, if you really want to have your whole life shoot up and be sorted, you have to be initiated. It is the biggest wealth you can have, is being initiated. And one more thing, if you talk about enlightenment or you want to understand and realize your higher purpose, then it can happen only through your guru. It cannot it might happen by an accident once in trillion cases, but that only with his grace, not with physical grace, but with his grace. But there is a science how to get yourself there, and guru is the fastest way. There is so much distrust in life, so much distrust in people, distrust in yourself, that when you have someone like that to who you can look up to, we always look up to someone. It is just you don't look up to people who smoke crack or do some other stuff, or like some hip-hop artist that you revere. You revere Sadashiva himself and look up to him, and then you gain the trust with him. And when you gain the trust with one person, he can simply give you enlightenment. Because enlightenment is nothing but trust, and ultimate trust in life, and just being able to relax with this huge energy of life. So this
Bless you all.
blessings,
Nithyananda, very blessed.
Nithyananda.
Bless you all.